Good morning, everybody. Back after a little bit of a break. Feels good to be back. Feels good to be back in the world of darkness. The Boston court is in turmoil. Code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Laisha, and Caleb are summoned by the prince. All right, so we're starting Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. I wanted to do another Bloodlines playthrough, but are you going to enjoy this McVideo game? I hope so. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Welcome. I really loved... I've loved everything I've done in the World of Darkness thus far. Bloodlines, one of my new favorites. I played it for the first time last year. I'm trying to do another playthrough at some point. It's that good. And I've done some of the interactive fiction as well. Vampires walk among us. Unknowing, we've built their cities, fought their wars, and sated their hunger. For centuries, these creatures have been organized into rival sects, the largest of which is the Camarilla. In its domains, Camarilla courts enforce the Masquerade, a global conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from the mortal world. Breaking the Masquerade is punishable by final death. In Boston, vampire factions have long been at each other's throats. After much conflict, Hazel Iverson, the new prince, has sealed a fragile pact with a group of blood sorcerers known as the Hartford Chantry. Doing all right? Watched half of a movie just now? Yeah? What movie? This alliance will not only provide stability to the domain, but will hand the prince the blood trade. The trafficking of blood and mortal victims that serves the needs of the vampire elite. Tonight, the undead will celebrate. The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind? I don't know that one. Is it animated?
I'll just get this going. There, ready. We're all set.
No real life story?
Now, to begin, tell me, what do you see?
I don't know.
Okay. Try this. Focus on your vision.
No, it's happening.
What's happening?
No, it's too late. It's too late now. They're coming. Did you feel it too?
Take your stuff. We're getting out of here.
Are you wearing a robe? Hey, what's going on? No, I'm not. It's a shirt.
We've got a problem.
I'm not big on robes. Do you like robes?
Call them back. What's going on?
It's the prince. We must go quickly.
No, they're too heavy feeling? Yeah, I'm the exact same way. Especially like
Come on. Damn it. Hurry
some people
up.
live this life.
Calm down. Maybe it has nothing to do with the party.
You know full well I was in charge of it. If anything goes wrong, it's my head on the chopping block. Fuck. Damn it! It took Hazel months to convince the Hartford Chantry to ally themselves with us. So they finally accept, and then bam, a code red. There's never been a code red in Boston, damn it! This has gotta be bad,
Like robe life where you just like get out of a shower or you're just like you're all wet or like from like you're in some humid like a sauna or something and you put on this big heavy moisture trapping. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not about robes. I wear a lazy bathrobe a lot of the time. Yeah, I wish I could get into it. Seems like a comfortable way to, I don't know, just lounge about, but I just can't do it. Just yeah. In a dialogue, some answers require the use of your skills. Your skill level is compared with that of your opponent. The higher rating wins. You cannot use a skill if its rating is 0. Willpower 12. Using a skill consumes willpower. If your opponent wins, you gain a few willpower at the end of the dialogue. One thing at a time. Can't do it.
It's not like you had anything to do with it. I'm sure.
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem.
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
Did you say this is the first code red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet access. Our smartphones.
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. A code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say, watch out, we're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
What comes after phase 2?
Just pray that it never comes to that.
Come on, tell me.
We run. We leave everything behind and we go into hiding. As far from here as we can.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my clubs. I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be alright?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Just keep your cool and it'll be fine.
Ah, my little darlings. You're here at last. The fear that something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
The prince asked to see you as soon as you arrived, Amim. I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey, someone's triggered a code red. If anything has happened over there, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Dialogue. Disciplines. Vampires have supernatural abilities, usually inherited from their clan. Disciplines. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues. As with skills, the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against disciplines. Using a discipline generates hunger. Hunger has a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their powers. A vampire at their hunger limit risks losing control, attacking and feeding on the closest mortal.
You know, back in the day, nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it. You must know exactly what Jay is being blamed for, don't you?
Emem. My dear Emem. I adore you. Really, I do. But darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial. The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you. From now on, I don't want to hear another word out of either of you. The prince is furious. Journey, you're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you, Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
I wonder what the World of Darkness pen and paper stuff is like. Yeah, there's a there is a channel here on Twitch where they stream sessions of it. I think it's just called the World of Darkness. You might be able to check it out there if you're curious. I haven't looked into it too much. I did
It's gonna be a long night.
just kind of look through the lore books a little bit last year when I was really getting into Bloodlines, just to better understand. I'm gonna bump the dialogue down a little bit relative to yeah, maybe just like one notch there. Let's see how that is. Better understand like the setting. I think it was the main player's guide and then some stuff related to LA.
Miss Lewis, welcome.
It's a really cool universe.
Can I help you with something? Miss Lewis.
Hey, PM, what's going on? Oh, I thought you were the green hair lady. She looked like a character creation character. Yeah. Do y'all like creating your own characters?
Caleb.
I usually get overwhelmed by the options.
She smiles like a toreador.
Letters etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward glance, he could make the blood in your veins boil.
Is court attendance usually this sparse?
Depends on the character creation system. Sometimes it's really hard to make a decent character. Yeah. Well, I knew they made like 3 werewolf games, and most of them stink, but I didn't know they made this. When you say they, do you mean this specific developer? Actually, I don't know what else they've done. Nakon? Whoa, wait. They did Cannon Spike on the Dreamcast? A French video game publisher. Maybe they were the publisher on that, because it looks like that was developed by Psycho? Bunch of stuff I've never heard of. Wait. Yeah, this is them as a publisher. Never mind. How about as a dev? Or am I just looking at, is that the publisher? Oh, that is. A Big Bad Wolf is what I need to be looking at. And that makes more sense. You're talking about, oh, just generally, World of Darkness is all over the place? Oh, yeah. I've actually had nothing but good luck thus far. I know there's just a lot, right? But, Night Road, which I didn't finish, but that was very good, just as interactive fiction. Wasn't there another one I did? And then the werewolf ones, Apocalypse, Heart of the Forest. That was pretty cool. I really liked that. And then Bloodlines, I loved. Yeah, I guess I've only had good experiences thus far, but I did kind of ask people like what were the ones they recommended, so I've only played the recommended games thus far. But yeah. I miss when you could just pick faces, just like you could pick hairstyles. Yeah, you know, I kind of just, when it comes to like bridge of nose sliders and like chin depth and all that, I get overwhelmed by it. I just, it's too much. It's too much. So yeah, I think I'm with you. Like, give me just like, I don't know, scale it back a little bit. And let me choose some presets. That's kind of all I want. But I like that stuff's there for like most people. I think don't agree with me. They want all that.
We should have all left by now.
Are you worried about the Code Red?
I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
He's second honcho of house security. This promises to be a busy night.
I know what you mean. It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask
Now,
the
see,
prince
I would have said
tonight?
Nosferatu, but now I wonder, is she doing that on purpose? Because, like, he's missing a nose? Is that, like, rubbing salt in the wound? Nosferatu? No, we definitely don't notice anything with that. We don't notice with that Nosferatu over there.
And he is your child?
Mr. Beryl Underwood.
Bullseye. Even more so than Warhammer, even. Oh yeah, yeah. What's the track record with Warhammer games? I don't know, because that's also just like there's so much, right? Dodge a lot of bullets there. Quality control has not exactly been their priority. Yeah, it seems like just one of those things they just license out to anyone who's willing to use it to make something, to bring in some money. Yeah. So on board, what's going on? Welcome. When a character creator gets that in depth, I'll be on it for like 20 minutes. Yeah. Occasionally, I do fall into it. But I think Cyberpunk, I really put a lot of time into it. That's the last time. But like, I don't know. I'm thinking like recently, like Rise of the Ronin. Some games, like I just don't care that much. I guess it's like how involved I expect to be in the narrative and how much I want to focalize and personalize my character. Like, is the world making me want to do that? Like with something like Rise of the Ronin, where it seems sort of like a preset story, like a historical narrative, I don't care so much. And end up just making a really dumb character.
Tread lightly. He's a member of the Primogen.
They're the check to the prince's power.
The check and balance. They backed Hazel when she rose to power after Quentin King. They'd hoped to control her.
What? Things didn't go as planned?
I just have a feeling she will surprise them. Never forget that the court is a chessboard. We are monsters. And we sacrifice pawns. If you want to be a major piece, then behave accordingly.
But...
Nothing can happen to you here. We're in the prince's house. She must be finished by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
It's out of the question, MM! I won't let her get away with this!
All right. Calm down, Dijon.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Don't start with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take responsibility for this.
Leave her out of it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you? We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dijon!
What? Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
Leave us.
I don't need your help.
Mem, please.
Stop calling me that.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
Lower your voice. People are staring.
I spent a lot of time perfecting my FF14 character. That's probably one where I would. Actually, that is one where I did. That's the only thing I did. There's not a ton of options, though, compared to other character creators. Yeah, I remember, like, trying to get that one right, because I thought I was going to get in, and I've thought that a couple times. Yeah, I guess, like, that kind of game, an MMO or something, I would. FF14, you got to hit that sweet spot. Yeah. Focus allows you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more willpower cost increases. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines of knowledge cannot be focused. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of the conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonuses or penalties, as well as spending experience points. Oh, I can take it back off. I don't want to. But I can't do that. Well, your opponents can also focus their own skills. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1 level. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, skill focus, use of disciplines, the more the risk of opponent focus increases.
Do you know what this Code Red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently, it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him? He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes up. He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen. As if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey, of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham.
They've all
Mr.
got
Nito's
such
teams
long
are trying to
faces.
reach them, but
I gotta say, this is a very weak opening. I'm just inundated with characters and lore. Thankfully, like, I have some experience with this world, so it's not like too overwhelming in terms of like terms that they're throwing around, but like there's no stakes yet. Like, they haven't even given me a chance to care about anybody, and they just keep throwing more at me. This was not the way to go. Isn't that where you just came? Yeah, I know. I'm too busy complaining. I thought I was taking the elevator up. Yeah, it is.
You're completely
And I think this is as fast as I can go.
April will have some explaining to do.
Is there a bathroom? Let's find out. Excuse me.
Huh?
Shitty night. Are you about to make a joke? I'm gonna ask about the toilet. No? Okay. So, pun not intended.
You're wasting time.
Sorry, that's not possible.
Told you those high heels would slow you down.
What a shitty night. Hazel must be pissed.
Pissed? Shitty? We were just talking toilets. It's right there.
What the hell could she
We're on the
want
lookout.
with me?
I'm curious about the pun podcast you mentioned. The pun podcast? My podcast? Is that what you're asking about? Yeah, I remember reading something about it being about puns next episode. Oh, maybe I didn't. Just my podcast, we do an annual thing. All November we do November. We just do vampire stuff. So last year on the show we covered Castlevania 64, and what else did we do? Oh, we read the Twilight book. That's right, Midnight Sun. So this year we're doing Dracula 2000 and this game, which is why it kind of cut in line. I think this year, as far as like Twitch streams go, this is going to be it because I've got a bunch of other spooky games we got to finish and then some game requests.
Okay, Mom? Penny for your thoughts?
Nothing, Pumpkin. What were you saying?
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret. I'm gonna stay here with you now.
I don't like it when Richard takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist. He's helping me so I can be with you.
Mom has a little trouble sometimes, remember?
I see things that haven't happened yet. And I forget others.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone sometimes. But 3 years was too long.
Yeah. So I think I was saying, like, I gotta at least play one vampire game to justify the pun. And also because we're covering it on the show. But, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Oh, God, just the one? Just the one for me? In terms of games we're covering? Or, like, vampire games? I don't know.
But now we'll be together forever.
We'll be inseparable.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
Yes, exactly.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So what do we do now?
I was told to wait here because Hazel wants to see us.
There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on.
Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
It's not just you. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, you haven't really justified anything this far with, like, oh, maybe, okay, if we're getting some overlap, this might help. I'm getting just, there's so many relationships to keep track of right now, and I don't care about any of them this far. I like Mem. She's kind of intriguing as a character.
That means she's extremely
That's about it.
the situation.
That, or she's a major drama queen.
I don't know.
You shouldn't make light of the situation. Believe me, there aren't many of us who have experienced a code red and survived.
Thanks for the heads up, Professor Bazori. First Siaka, now you. Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you asked for it.
Or maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
What if the plot ends up being about DDR somehow? We can hope. We can hope. I'm hoping it's just like a weak start. Sometimes, you know, and it's good for fans, but sometimes like stuff that gets real heavy in the lore and like is kind of well considered from the perspective of like the tabletop and like the source material can sort of go too far into like just being self-referential, you know what I mean? And like, oh, we're saying all these things that like those in the know will like know exactly what's going on. But for like me, which is like a casual understanding, it's like, well, I don't know what most of this stuff is. And I like being just thrown into a world and like feeling like I'm in it, being immersed. But then like you still have to give me some like through line, you know? It's been like, I've been talking, but let's say like 20 minutes of gameplay about. And I have yet to really, like, I know we got this code red going, but can you turn an elephant into a vampire? Oh man, those tusks. Those tusks. Are they already vampires? And we just don't know it? They got some fangs. Small child vampire wins because their reflexes and attention span is still high. Good point.
Stop it right there, Bazori. Don't take that tone with me. I choose what lessons to take.
We must all remain calm and accept any help we can get, even from the most unusual sources.
That's surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties come from a more solid source than a prophecy from a child of Malkov.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
We're all in danger. When I awoke, I sensed a threat everywhere, all around us. I've never felt anything like it.
Please explain.
It was as if we were all going to disappear into chaos. But you're probably right. It's just Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Only time will tell.
Good evening, ladies, sir. The prince shall see you now.
Just one simple question. Who as we, huh? Indeed. M.M. Lewis. Louis? Lewis? The rebellious star. The diva who lights up Boston's nights, but bringing light into a world of darkness can be perilous. M.M. knows this, but she doesn't care. Oh, okay. Are we an investigator? Profile that focuses on knowledge and skills that allow you to go undercover, extort, or steal information. Jack of all trades. Proof attributes and a large selection of skills. It allows for a maximum number of interactions, but with less mastery. Profile that focuses on dialogue skills and physical attribute. Allows you to use the character's aura in conversations. Profile with no pre-attributed points. Babar being a vampire would be an interesting plot twist. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try and play into the asshole. Like I'm not having it with all these other assholes putting on airs. I always lean anarch whenever possible. Undercover? Yeah? Let's extort. Let's steal. Let's get up in everybody's business. At the start of a scene, previously earned experience points can be spent to improve the character's abilities. These abilities are divided into two areas: the character sheet and the discipline sheet. Attributes. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and disciplines. Attributes increase the chance of victory in case of a tie. Improving them also decreases the willpower cost of focus. The use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. All right. Can I... Discipline sheet contains the disciplines every character possesses. The character possesses. I'm not doing so well in the reading this morning. Discipline powers. Experience points invested in discipline increase the level and can provide additional powers. Discipline powers can be passive and may be used in dialogue or in exploration. I guess you could play all three. Oh, this actually plays like the TTRPG system itself. Simplified a bit, but interesting. Yeah, okay. Is that true? I assumed like some of the stuff is right from the source because like some of the stuff like willpower and all that I've seen in multiple... Like I've seen a lot of the stuff in Bloodlines. Then also the like the interactive fiction used willpower a lot as well. I mean, I can't do any of this stuff, but I'm kind of curious what we got. Traverse the environment at high speed. Cool. Oh, and that's why we got the Flash. Oh, we kind of stole that from Barry. Nobody called DC. How about presence? Charisma. Influence the emotions of those around you. And aspects. Supernatural perception. I guess I've kind of gone for that already with my investigation skills. Rhetoric. Intimidation. Bend opponents' will. Persuasion. Convince them. Psychology. Convince them. Playing off their emotional weaknesses. Pick locks. Love doing that. Hack devices, yep. Okay. So we don't have any education, but we can deduce. We can observe and hopefully... Yeah, I think we're just going to be dumb and gossipy. Dumb and gossipy, right? Get up in everybody's business. Missing No, yeah, I want that. Okay, let's do it. Gossip. I was listening to some new prog albums that released this year while playing FF14 earlier. Some cool stuff released. Oh, yeah? If you got any other recommendations, thank you for the last one. It was good stuff.
Delson. Come in, MM. I wanted to have a word with you.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we last saw each
Oh, I know the prince's favorite color.
Tell me, where were you tonight?
Like everybody else, I suppose.
It's an intense,
at home, getting ready for the
monochrome
party.
style in that
How
red.
Fortunate you weren't running early.
Why? What's happened?
You know what the code red means. There was a breach. This is intolerable. These agreements were supposed to celebrate the power of my court. Instead, I've been made to look a fool in the eyes of my allies. We'll have to increase our diplomatic efforts with the warlocks. Send new emissaries to Osborne.
What's that got to do with me?
Don't you worry about that for now. We have more urgent matters to attend to. We bring Journey to me.
Just when I sees it, is blue. I can do some, yeah. If you feel like it, I'll take them. There's something about this graphics engine that feels a little strange. I can't put my finger on it, but we'll see how good the game is in however long this cutscene is. Feeling optimistic, cautiously optimistic. I don't know if this is the game or not. Like, maybe the game is all just sort of like slow walking between dialogue trees mostly. I don't know if it's more like an adventure. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I don't know.
What do you want with her?
I have a few questions I need to ask her. If mistakes were made, I need to know what happened. I'm sure that your friend will have a lot to tell me.
She hasn't done anything. Hazel.
I'll be the judge of that.
All right.
Yes, my prince. I'll be right back.
I didn't bring you here just for that. I have something to offer you.
I'm listening.
It's about the Primogen Council. You know everyone who's in it. Beryl, Richard, Hilda. Their support was much appreciated after the disappearance of the previous prince.
Quentin King.
But now, they've become an obstacle. It's been going on for months. They systematically oppose everything that I do. It must stop now. The Camarilla has faced many challenges
Camarilla?
in the past few years. Many of our strongholds have fallen. I won't let Boston suffer the same fate. But for that, I need loyal allies.
I'm American. Where I come from, we say
How would you
Camarilla.
like a spot in the Primogen?
What?
You've always taken care of your community, MM, without ever asking for anything in return. It might be time you took a leading role in the community's affairs.
Hilda won't let you do it. She'll never see me as her equal. Being seated next to her child? She'll feel humiliated.
I'm her prince. She will obey me.
She's not gonna like it.
I don't care. What I'm offering is much bigger than all that. What do you think?
It feels a bit middle-aged BioWare, where they had canned animations they swap between awkwardly. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Just on a lower budget. I guess that makes sense. It comes from European sensibilities anyway. Yeah, for sure. I'm always like, every time something is finally said aloud, I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I was pronouncing that wrong. Oh no, that as well. Yeah. Okay, Camarilla. Yeah. Zemiche, that was another one. I was saying Malkavian, and then someone said, I think someone told me when I was playing last year that it's Malkavian, but then they just said Malkavs or Malkovs or something like that. So now I don't know. Maybe I'm back to Malkavian. Malkavian at the Camarilla. I don't like the court. I don't like anybody. I don't like it.
You know what I think of the court.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not comfortable there.
I'm not. That
You'll
comes from the
get
heart.
used to it.
Get me out of here.
I'm not sure I want to.
It's not a question. Time is of the essence. You're a businesswoman, MM. I know you'll be up to it, but we'll talk about it again soon. In the meantime...
I know. Jay, I'm going to go see Sylvia first. I need to clear my head.
Do it. You won't be able to hunt tonight. It's better to be prepared. Bring me Journey.
I will.
I have the utmost confidence in you, MM. Do not fail me.
You can count on me. What the hell is going on?
That's a very good question. I mean, I know, I get it, but... Believe me, after everyone's playing Bloodlines, it ruined what I think is proper also.
MM, I'm happy to see you in one piece.
Hey, Syl. I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course, I'll get you a glass.
I was thinking more like a vessel.
Oh, serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it, I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
The Hunt. This game is as confused as a Fresco so far. Are Fresco's confused? A safe zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring the surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time.
No news from anyone.
Do you think that...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around. Exactly. We've got to keep our wits about us. Got it?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
Do you need me? Do you want us to... do you need me?
Is that all we say? Okay. You know, it's odd. A lot of games have this problem where they model teeth too far inside the mouth of a character, so it looks odd. But this MM character seems to be the only one who doesn't have that problem. Yeah.
Follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so spoiled from modern face tracking animations. These facial animations look like they're out of a 90s game. Yeah, it's very jarring because like the kind of level of graphical fidelity, you know, in the models and the environment, it's just like years beyond like the foundation, you know, like the animations and the things you guys are bringing up. What year was this? I want to say this is like 2016 or something. No, it's 20. Wait, no. 2022? This came out in 2022? No, you get the fuck out of here. Really? No, yeah. Okay. Huh. Well. Animation's definitely got a Telltale Games feel. Yeah. Really all the animations look like they were imported from an older game. You'll see what I mean. It's very jerky. The animations are pretty hilarious so far. Hey.
Good evening.
Hi. But Life is Strange has this problem. Every woman so far is cross-eyed slightly. Bloodlines was janky as hell. But I don't know. There's a certain era of jank that's more charming than others, I want to say. Here we go. So I just got to get one of y'all in here. Prey will naturally be revealed as you approach them. To feed, you will need to find a safe zone you can lure your prey to. Okay, so now that I've found it, now I can lure them over. Go after isolated prey. If it is surrounded by potential witnesses, sending the prey to a safe zone will increase suspicion of you. Well, yeah, we got a lot of... Everyone's looking at you, but see, I had my eye on you. You were the first one. But he's watching. But nobody's watching. Oh, you're gone. All right. Are you? Were you the guy over there? Maybe I can get you to go kind of fuck off somewhere.
I'll stay here.
No, I guess you're staying here. Okay.
Do you need something?
I need you to go. All right, well, I'm just going to go for it. Look, MM knows what she wants, and she goes for what she wants.
Do you want us to... Come on. It won't take long.
Yes.
Not enough to be ridiculous, but enough to notice it. Yeah, it's in that kind of uncanny valley, right? Yeah, maybe that's the thing. It's pretty enough where it just doesn't, you know, when you see it, it just really stands out as jarring. Whereas like certain generations, like, yeah, it looks janky and it plays janky. And it's all of a piece. It's all consistent. The kiss. Vampires use their powers to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. If you do not press the button, or if you don't release it before the bar is full, the prey will die, drained of its blood. Killing prey will increase suspicion. Mortals will be on their guard, while vampires will question your respect for the masquerade. Question it. I'm thirsty. Woo! Oh. Hey, Frederick, what's going on? Who cares? Yeah, I don't care about the masquerade. You know, my inner anarch always takes control. That part, yeah, like I said, I was thirsty. Frederick, have you played this one? Some prey, their blood emotionally charged, have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides an experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one acquired is saved. If your prey survives, you may feed on it a second time. However, this will cause it to die and increase suspicion. Well, that doesn't seem like it's worth it. Okay. Sanguine resonance. Hell yeah. I have not. Resonance is a thing VTMB didn't really touch on. Yeah, I was going to say that seems new. I don't remember that one. The feeding bar took Cialis. Blue chew, red chew, crimson chew. Not new, but not in VTMB. Yeah, I take it that's from the tabletop game or the something in the source material. Okay. Anyway.
Absolutely divine.
Divine.
Where are you hiding?
And then there are the
Thanks for the drink.
What a shitty night.
Do you think the Code Red will last much longer?
I hope not. The faster I get out of here, the better.
What? And Mem Lewis, the Black Rattler's Rose, is afraid of a handful of politicians?
God, no.
I don't think I said I was afraid.
Fine.
I just
Let me
detest
know if I can
them.
do anything for you.
I don't want to hang out with them. I don't know. Looking for Journey.
I'm supposed to find Jay. Do you know if she's done talking to April?
Huh. Good question. I saw her earlier, but she wasn't with Miss Bosley. She went into that alcove on your right, but that was a while ago.
Thanks.
You might want to avoid hanging around with her, you know? I've heard stuff about her.
I know, and it's not true. She didn't do anything, all right?
Fine. Sorry.
Hey, man, hold on. Let's see what she did. We're playing a gossip. That's our character. We want to get all the juicy goss that we can. These facial expressions, though. Yes, go on. It's part of the masquerade, these facial expressions. We're all wearing a facade. A weird, awkward, BioWare facade. Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. The prince has... I don't really need to question that.
I heard the prince put together a surveillance unit.
Yeah, the cave. Mr. Leto and his team spend their nights there. It's just below us. But don't even think about going down there. It's only for sewer rats.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Thanks for the vessel.
My pleasure. Come back anytime you want.
It's kind of weird when her eyebrows are moving mid-sentence and she stopped talking. They just instantly reset with no movement. Vampire powers. It's my discipline.
I know that perfume.
Yeah?
Jay. That's Jay's scarf.
Heightened senses. Auspex. Enhances your 5 senses. This condition reveals new interactions, detecting sense, listening to conversations from a distance, revealing the past of objects, or even experiencing premonitions. You can also discover items that have been hidden using supernatural powers. Hey, Fight, what's going on? Is this in the same timeline as Bloodlines? Yeah, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming. I don't know about, I mean, it's in the same universe. I don't know how it fits in. This is in Boston. Bloodlines was in LA, right? So I imagine they're pretty far removed in terms of like events transpiring. Like we referenced some stuff going down in London. I don't know if that was referenced in Bloodlines as well, and if that's a sort of potential time marker. In most games, you often have to understand what they are trying to convey because games rarely do everything perfectly. Like how in most games you never see anything handed from person to person. So in my opinion, especially with the facial expressions, you just have to go with the intent. Yep, for sure. Yeah, we were just kind of talking like, they're not really bothering me. They're just like something funny we're noticing. But it is kind of, I think PM brought it up, right? It's reminiscent of an era of BioWare. Some things just like seem a little like an earlier era of jank, which is funny to see in a game from 2022. World of Darkness stories don't have a timeline. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, other than just like the foundational timeline that sort of establishes like the lineage of clans.
Time to make waves.
Like there's an overarching plot line typically, but never a continuity between them. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I played Bloodlines and then a couple of the interactive fiction games, and that's about it. So I don't really know that much. I do know this typography isn't evil enough.
What the hell could have happened?
Frederick, how is Veilguard? I'm going to ask. All right, let's sniff her out.
Jay?
It terminates there.
Victoria!
My little Rose.
It's been so long.
An eternity, you mean. And yet, look at you. As splendid as always.
I've learned from the best.
Adorable. How are you? This is a rather depressing night for a reunion.
I want to go home. Or we could turn it around. Let's turn around.
What about you? You chose a bad time to visit us.
Oh, don't remind me. To think I was so happy to return to Boston after so many years. The trip was to be amazing.
Hey, the night's still young. It might be nothing at all.
You're right. Everyone is so tense. It's starting to rub off on me. I hear business is going well for you. Your Black Rattlers are making quite the splash. You can be proud of everything you've accomplished, darling. Your name is on everyone's lips.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you. I'm really happy to see you again. I wish I had more time to talk.
Is there something stopping you?
You could say that. One of my acquaintances is in hot water with Miss Iverson. I need to help her.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice then. Don't waste your energy helping others. Let others handle their own problems. Their mistakes aren't your business.
Everybody's business is my business. That's my character. Pretty good, pretty bad. Oh, really? Vampire and Werewolf use the same framework, for instance, but they share little to zero lore in common. Well, that's true. Like, I've only played the one Werewolf game that Frederick requested. And I thought it was awesome. But also, it was taking place in, like, that was in, I don't remember where we were. Were we in Poland? Maybe? But, so it's pretty far removed. It's Hillary Clinton. Actually. Oh no. Gets better over time. If that continues, it will be pretty good in the end. Okay, yeah. How many hours have you put into it? Like, are you pretty far into it? I see it. She talks like her too. She's right. Jay's important to me.
Journey is someone I can trust. I can't let her down now.
Is Journey a prince?
No.
Then her opinion doesn't matter. The only individuals who should matter to you are royalty. The rest, they're just for decoration.
Thanks for the advice, Victoria. You've helped put things into perspective.
It's only natural. I'll always be here for you, darling. And I hope the feelings.
Do you know of a place where sailors hang out?
You know it is.
This is it.
Wonderful. I'm relieved to see that despite the travails of time and distance, our friendship is still intact.
What are you doing in town anyways? The last time I heard about Victoria Ash, she'd just gotten back to Atlanta.
Hell yeah, 3 stream street. Thanks for being here.
Long,
Much appreciated.
But to answer your question, I came to do business.
For the agreement, I'm guessing.
You guessed right. I'd hoped to meet up with one of my associates tonight, a warlock I'd sent to Hartford. Unfortunately, he still hasn't made his appearance.
He might still come. The night's not over yet.
Oh, you're refreshingly naive. We'll see.
It's made better because, like, the weird animations are like, yeah, no, this is the actual, like, her in real life trying to emulate normal human behavior, awkwardly. I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon Go get me some blood. What do we think? Hey, Callie Gamer Girl, what's going on? Long time no see. How you been? Welcome. A lot of awkward writing early on. Mechanics are just added without introduction or dialogue for context. Huh. Has that been like are these issues that have been throughout the series or just new to this entry? I'm not an expert, but basically stuff in Werewolf contradicts and retcons stuff from Vampire and vice versa. And not just, oh, it's their version of events, but actual factual, here's the date when X happened, or this fundamental law of the universe is constant. So you tell me the war between vampires and lycans is raging so hard that they can't even, like, they have different factual timelines. They can't even agree on a worldview. Henry Clinton with monster on her hair. Oh, jeez. They may have softened that recently with the relaunch of these systems, but I haven't heard that aspect change much. Keep looking at her eyebrows. They have the strange reset whenever her sentence is over. I've been watching. Yeah. Been busy? Yeah, but good. Glad to hear it. Like, you find a knife, lore important knife. You can now use it. There's no tutorial, no point where your character realizes what it does or how to use it. You just use it now, and it has rune slots in your equipment menu. Early games are not like this? Okay. They all contradict. Hunter and Mage changed also. Oh, yeah, I don't even think about those sides of the universe, right? But there is more than just werewolves and vampires. They do sort of take center stage, though, don't they? Oh.
What did you hope your
I didn't realize. I forgot what I was doing here.
Double cross Iverson?
That was a skill check. Whoops.
I'm just curious, that's all.
Diplomats are rarely sent out without good reason.
We got
If
ads
you
in a minute.
sent someone, then there was something in it for you.
I'm simply maintaining my relations with the outside. Atlanta has been through dark times. It will need a strong network of allies if it hopes to return to its former power.
So, you're networking, basically.
Exactly.
All in character. It's all checking out. Most people don't want to play Hunter. Yeah. How's life in Japan? Mother Nature here is messed up. We had snow on Halloween. No kidding. I guess I don't know where you are exactly, but I guess somewhere far north, huh? One day it's cold, the next day it's warm. It's just started getting cool here, but it's like, I don't know, in the 60s. It's very nice. It's my favorite time of year. My experience is that if you are playing Vampire, the proper Werewolf, Mage, Hunter, etc. lore is only ever used if you decide to use it in your campaign. Gotcha. Ads are here. 1 minute break. Be right back. See y'all then. Thanks everybody for hanging around. Minnesota. Okay, yeah, I do remember you telling me that. Sorry. It's just been a little while. So do you normally get snow on Halloween? I guess not the way you're saying it, but do you usually have a pretty cold Halloween? Today was the dreariest, coldest, warm day of the year, as appropriate for what is going on. 0 degrees right now. Still sandal weather, as the snow isn't deep. Yeah? Yeah? At what point do you abandon the sandals and go for shoes? How deep does the snow have to be? How cold does it have to be? Like, people don't seem to obsess over canon. They just use what their campaign needs. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, why worry about it? You're just going to get... It's going to be like a yoke around, your game's neck. You get overburdened by trying to account for all this stuff, It's designed to be stuff you plug in as desired or needed. No real bedrock to speak of. Gotcha. I've heard of some games that prefer how Hunter sees vampires and uses their lore instead. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know, it seemed too freeform for my taste. I don't know. I heard about her wedding. Did I? I guess let's just go.
I imagine you received the alert as well.
Down the list.
Yes. I was with your prince when the message was sent.
Do you have any idea who triggered it?
Alas, I have no idea. Iverson didn't care to share that with me. She knows how to control information.
I'm not even sure she knows herself.
She's going to need answers. I doubt her subjects will wait much longer.
I've heard rumors about you. Something about a wedding?
Oh yes, my wedding to Tigurius. It was fabulous. We had a spectacular celebration.
I think congratulations are in order.
Oh, do you? It's a political marriage. Nothing more.
You don't
Our
say.
family needed it.
You did it for the cam?
Does Tigurius go by Bill for short?
You may not have noticed, but the Camarilla has lost some of its luster since the Ancili left. Our survival depends on our ability to make compromises.
You knew Boston when it was a Malkavian city. What do you think about the court now?
Iverson has successfully made her mark. It can't have been easy, with Quentin's grip on the city.
Boston was on the brink of chaos when Hazel took over. I don't always agree with her methods, but she gets the job done.
She knows what she wants. I respect that. Our family needs more leaders like her. That would be a welcome change from our usual weather vanes.
I'm sorry, but I've gotta go.
I understand. Duty calls, but before you leave, I have a favor to ask you. I mentioned my emissary earlier. If you hear anything about him, please let me know when you get back, would you?
I thought I was only supposed to focus on my prince. Have you had a change of heart?
Huh. You're using my own words against me? It's a big favor. I'm aware of that. But I'm a loyal friend, and powerful too. If you can do this for me, I'll owe you one.
Fine. I'll let you know if I learn anything.
Thanks, MM. I hope I'll see you again soon, darling. If you need anything, I'll be right here.
Thanks, Victoria. See you later.
Buck, buddy Job, how you doing? Welcome. When it gets to about -5 degrees, if I go a long distance, I'll wear shoes, but the corner store is closed. Okay. That's a personal choice to pronounce the L there. I can go with that, yeah. Having, so is it maybe Hillary? Hillary? The L's are optional, right? Camarilla? Camarilla? Hillary or Hillary? Hillary Quinton? I can't unsee it. It's so obvious now. But not like quite Hillary, but like Kate McKinnon on, I think that's her name, SNL doing Hillary. Like one removed from one removed.
Sorry, I'm busy with Ms. Ash.
Okay.
What?
What? They lead here. And then?
Yes?
Do you know more than you're letting on? Looks too close to another phrase? I don't know if I know the phrase. Got me maybe, yeah. Good man just got home from performing my civic duty. Oh, yeah. Well done. I'll have you know I wasn't swayed by a certain family member trying to bribe a vote with a goddamn gift card. Oh, really? Wait. My vote can be had for a, let me call that letter back. Let me call that absentee ballot back. I'm trying to get the gift card. To where? To what, you say?
Miss Iverson has the top floor all to herself.
Yes, that's where she's got her office for hearings, as well as her personal quarters. Miss Bosley is the only one who has access to them.
Oh, here we go. If someone offers you gifts to vote a certain way, you accept the gift and do whatever you're going to do anyways. Yeah, right. Who do you want me to vote for? No, I'm on it. You want me to vote a couple times?
Underwood and Fang. Dazori's ears must be burning.
Because I'm trying to get a couple gift cards. That was like one of the ads that the Harris campaign put out, I think. It was like talking to women, like, hey, if your husband's like trying to get you to vote for Trump, just say yes and then go on there and don't. That was basically the extent of the ad.
Is it Kala Sa? Jay always got along well with her sire. Lucky bitch.
Oh, can I do it?
Jay was looking for a file that Jara took from the archives. Interesting.
Receive messages from Jara to me. Maintaining order. I asked our retainers to arrive before sunset for more discretion. I'm still waiting for that paper. Emails to Abigail Nurmi.
Her last message to Abigail.
I need you to track down the file on the 1998 Solstice Party. Page 3 should be of interest to you. Yeah, honestly, what are they going to do? Find out? Yeah. Can't believe I'm saying this, but good point, Kamala.
The file. Wonder where they put it. That could be of interest to me.
You look like you just fell off a coconut tree. Maybe not a good point. Not one of her better, not one of her tastier word salads. That one. Also, welcome. How you doing? Like, the point of that statement is good, but it just sounds dumb. It is a very, like, kind of memeable, goofy phrase, yeah.
You again. What do you want?
Made better by the fact that she just found it, as she usually does, hysterical.
April, have you seen Jay anywhere?
You can't let her out of your sight for 2 seconds.
The prince sent me to get her.
I can't discuss that with you.
What's up with all the pollen? Oh, we're sniffing out our friend. We're just giving a little sniff. It's my perception. Auspex, I think it's called. It's a skill. It's a vampire skill.
Not that I think in a million years this is what happened, but what if Jay messed up somehow? What would happen to her?
Depends on the mistake. And how bad the consequences were. At best, the prince will be mad. At worst,
destruction?
Yeah. There's a good chance of that.
I won't tell anybody.
You can tell me. My lips are sealed.
The only way I can make sure you don't talk is to keep my own lips sealed.
Oh. Drop it.
Fine. I won't insist. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her.
Yeah, sure.
What attitude? It's a good thing I was careful earlier.
What clan packs the most potent farts? What impact vampire farts? Maybe like blood that's high in cholesterol?
What a nightmare.
Vampires don't fart? Sure they don't. Yeah, no, vampires don't fart. They don't poop. They don't do anything. Didn't keep those butt cheeks sealed.
Hazel's the one answers.
Everything, all the focus is on keeping the lips sealed. We can't stay clenched. You know? They have to spend blood to reactivate their bodily functions. Yeah. Okay. So they're not peeing either? Like, vampire bodies are dead, non-functional. But, like, they're drinking all that blood. You have to imagine it's going down, you know, the esophagus and into the stomach, and then non-functional, literal curse from God. Yeah, I guess I understand that, but then I just thought, like, well, they're animated to a point where, like, they breathe, don't they? And they're blinking. So they're doing other stuff, you know? I'm not going in here. Doesn't appear to be a place I can go. Oh, wait, have I followed it back to the source? This is where she came in originally. Am I doing this backwards? But then it terminated in another area where I couldn't go, right? Or maybe I can? I just want to snoop around. Can I go up here? No breathing? They can spend blood to breathe, to fake being alive, but they are dead. No breathing, no pulse, no piss. Alright. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, okay. That's true. So that destroys my theory that the reason zombies shuffle around is because they keep making it in their pants. Because they're eating all that meat, all that human meat, and they're just going doo-doo, and they got a big load that they're shuffling around. And that's why they move the way they do. Like, you're thinking how a vampire would function biologically, but they don't function biologically. Yeah, I guess I assumed it was, like, semi-functional. Like, I know they're undead. But then I thought, like... I don't know. There are certain processes that are related to the ingestion of blood that are animated within the corporeal body, you know? It's funnier in my way. There's more opportunity for toilet humor, you know? So I can't do it. I can't do it.
Good evening, ma'am.
You're gonna just go ahead and scoot by you? Nope. We don't do that, huh?
Huh?
Hmm?
Good evening, miss.
Hi.
Yes?
Can I do anything? So we don't go that way. Like, vampires don't change physically. That's true. Like, whenever you get bitten, you're just that way forever. They never gain or lose weight, gain or lose muscle, right? I think even hair stays the same forever. Okay, so now we're back down here. I feel like we're talking about this at some point. Because then I was wondering, like, is it like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus? Where, like, they try and shave or whatever, you know? He gets in front of the mirror and he cuts his hair and shaves his beard and then it just all grows back. He turns right back into Santa within, like, 5 seconds.
Her last message to Abigail.
I guess we should go find Abigail. I guess that was the clue I needed. We can just go in here. Let's just mix it up.
It's locked.
This can't be happening.
I swear, she was standing there, playing me for a sucker, pretending she just happened to be in the archives.
And what did you say to her?
I played dumb. I said, "As you like, Miss Abigail Naomi." And I left.
What did she take?
A page from a file about an old party that she tore out.
But why would she need that? Why now?
I wonder.
Everything's gonna be fine. Calm down.
Okay, let's definitely go to Abigail's office. Here we go. Everything resets every day. Oh, it's like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. It's more like that. I'm not smart enough to read this paper. Well, maybe I can read it, but I can't analyze it. I need your help. Meet me as soon as you can in an alcove. Okay.
Battery's dead.
Typical. Let me plug it in.
I'm playing with fire. If someone spots me...
They'll never spot me. History of the Jefferson Library. This library was closed in 1935 following the construction of the various university campuses. It was acquired by Miss Hazel Iverson in 1946. In 1960, Ms. Iverson ceded it to members of the Gemini League, a resistance group fighting against English oppression from the cities of Hartford and New Haven. Since then, the Hartford Chantry has moved in. Discreetly at first, during the reign of Quentin King, and then openly since our prince, Mrs. Iverson, took the throne. The transfer of ownership was made official in 2014. This gift is a strong signal sent to the Warlocks by our prince. This place fulfills the rules imposed by its new owners and is an extension of the Hartford Chantry's domain. Our prince does not have jurisdiction here. There. In the interest of cordial and diplomatic relations, any kindred who enter the premises uninvited will be subject to the laws of the Hartford Chantry. The prince has informed the court of the risks involved in going to the Jefferson Library without approval, even though relations with the Hartford Chantry are excellent. vampire anatomy. I think an important thing to keep in mind is that, at least in Vampire the Masquerade, vampirism isn't a scientific phenomenon, it's a magical curse. That's the reason why UV light doesn't hurt a kindred unless they've taken a flaw to let it. Because the point of cursing Cain to never walk in the sun wasn't for a convenient mechanical weakness that the kind could exploit in the future, it was to narratively punish him. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess, like, different universes interpret the lore in different ways and are more scientifically minded or, like, magically minded. So that's a good point. Man, I can't do anything. I picked all the wrong skills. Financial reports, boring. This report provides a summary of Mr. J. Moore's annual audit of the finances and administration of Ms. Iverson's domain. The data provided by our wealth manager leads us to conclude that the accounting year was balanced for this year. The absence of any substantial profit is explained in part by the investments made in the development of the Red Salons, namely development and expansion of the Red Salon on Sellers Street, owned by Dr. Richard Dunham, purchase of lab equipment, refrigerated cabinets, decoration and expansion of the bar area, investment in Dr. Dunham's research, external laboratory expenses, specific mortal test subjects, purchase of several real estate properties for the expansion of the Red Salon chain. Another portion of the profits was transferred to the Hartford Chantry to support thaumaturgy research, as stipulated in the pre-unification agreements. Mr. J. Moore reported that in July he had requested a detailed account of the expenses incurred, which appears to have corrected some of the occasional excesses in their estimates. In this respect, I would like to emphasize that, given his success in protecting our interests, it is strongly recommended that Mr. J. Moore's personal protection be maintained for the coming year. Mr. J. Moore's recommendations for 2019. Expansion of the real estate portfolio in the neighborhoods adjacent to the domain. Mr. J. Moore has managed to convince about 30 owners to stagger the acquisition throughout the year. The projected investment is $60 million, with an actual value of $82 million. Development of the Red Salons. Continued investment in Dr. Dunham's research, but with the establishment of a financial administrator in the person of Mr. Underwood to manage the financial aspects of the sites. Continued funding of the Hartford Thaumaturgy research. On this subject, Mr. J. Moore recommends the unification agreements with the Hartford Chantry stipulate that this research be relocated to Boston following the signature of the agreements. In fact, he thinks it is preferable to monitor the amounts involved as closely as possible. VTM is interesting in that it goes all in on the magical curse front. Yeah, right, good point. Hey, Tabu La Raza, welcome in. How you doing? Are you a fan of Swansong? At the end of the day, vampires are basically undead, just like zombies, ghouls, skeletons, whites, liches, etc. Yeah, part of me was just like, okay, maybe they're not, like, processing it, but, like, they're imbibing liquid. So, like, maybe just, like,
It's all right.
It's not like normal urine, but it just, you know, it's just, like, liquid and it just, like, passes through. Kind of like just, you know, down a tube, not the bottom. You know, it collects and then at some point you just release it. And there's nothing, like, real anatomical about it, but just for keeping up appearances, they got to go to the toilet every once in a while. They aren't imbibing liquid, not the way you're thinking. It is magic, no anatomy, all magic. But they are sucking blood into their mouth, right, and then swallowing it.
Hey, Fang.
Good
Yes,
evening,
and that's all I'm
Miss
saying.
Lewis.
So it magically dissipates, but I'm just saying they could easily just, like, you know, to keep up
Yes,
appearances
but he's
with the
so very
mortals.
busy. You
Just
didn't happen to see Journey,
PP it
did
out
you?
in an hour.
I'm sorry. I don't know everyone's names yet. I hope it'll work out.
Oh, I can't do anything cool. But wait. Okay. I want to check, there was one other office I haven't been in, right? Let's go take a look. Sneak peek.
I've gotta hurry. I'm not supposed to be here.
There we go. That's the card I need, huh? Let's take it. I don't need to look at it. Just take it. It's mine. There's a TV series called True Blood. Oh, yeah, I never saw that. Were you a fan? The vampires started shitting bricks when Necromancer rose from the witches.
Boston,
Yeah?
Boston. Lazarus knows all of the city's secrets.
Provincetown Library. Maybe some old books on the First Kindred. Boston Public Library. Still have some unexplored archives. Taunton Public Library. Some works forbidden to the public. Undetermined nature. Jefferson Library in Boston. Probably some very rare thaumaturgical archives, but access is risky. Woburn Public Library. Unexplored archives. Cambridge Library. 2 ancient tomes on the history of the Ventrue in Boston. Also, vampire muscles don't move because of electrical impulse. Even their brain doesn't actually work anymore. Huh. I never really thought about it. I never just considered on that level.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
What's that fantasy series? Is it Brandon Sanderson that has like Spren? Basically has like a magical explanation for like germ theory and stuff like that. You know, like why do things go bad? Like why does meat go bad and you leave it out? Well, that's because of rot spren and stuff like that. You know, and I always loved that idea of like having a sort of magic based or like more medieval understanding of processes, like accounting for them. So I'm just thinking like something along those lines. Is that not the card I just got? Wait, what did I just pick up? I didn't even care to look. I just took it. Dear all, please don't forget that if you have any issues with the archives, you need to contact Lazarus, not me. Thank you. Can I look at the card I got? Buttons. What does what? Show goals. Can I see my items somewhere? Here we go. Inventory. Consumables are single-use items that provide bonuses. Most of the time, consumables are used to replenish willpower or eliminate hunger. Oh yeah, am I getting hungry? I guess I need to go feed, don't I? Or wait. I guess that now it's a hunger meter, so is it ticking up? Like when it reaches the max, is that like I need to feed, I'm very hungry, or is it showing like a level of dehydration? Like the lower it gets is when I need to go feed. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when I fed before. You can shoot a vampire in the head, destroy the memory parts of their brain, and it will just heal. Good point. Yeah, yeah. The memories and experiences are detached from their body. Right. Just once upon a time. Once upon a time. Everything in a vampire's body does what it does because of blood, and that blood is magically used up to power them. Undead are usually animated. It's the caster's investment in magical energy that give the subject a false life. Right, but it's not actually the blood that powers them, but Vitae probably. Yeah, Vitae. As for vampires, most of the lore in novels I read is that it's when a necromancer has understood death to the point of making a new unlife as the vampire. Y'all aren't giving me a lot of room for pee-pee jokes. You give me very little room for pee-pee jokes. I'm gonna find a way. Each type of gear has advantages and disadvantages when it is equipped. Effects of the gear apply as long as it is equipped. Gear may not be equipped or unequipped during a dialogue. Once they have been collected, consultable items, phones, documents, etc., can also be consulted from inside your inventory. Okay. Where's that item? Magnetic key card with the word archives on it. It belongs to Lazarus Sheridan. This seems like the place. Archives. It all checks out. How do I use it? I see swipe card. What? But why would I need a skill check if I have the card? Like I see it listed there as an option. What? Jesus Christ. Okay. Never mind. No, yes.
What were you doing in the archives?
Just things mapped to places I didn't expect, but that's nothing new. Different lore does in different ways. VTM vampires don't have anything to do with necromancy. Right. I personally like the necromancer lore. It has more substance as to create a curse to rob death and create new species. Someone capable of that wouldn't need for a curse to begin with. Now, when you say necromancer lore, what are you referring to? Is there like a universe called, like, is necromancer the name of something, or is this like a common type of lore that is existing in different vampire universes? Because I'm not really familiar with that side of vampirism, to be honest, like the necromancer side of stuff. I don't really have a lot of vampire media experience, to be honest. I loved Bloodlines. I'm into this universe just because of my love for Bloodlines. But aside from that, I don't really read a lot of vampire stuff, so I'm curious. Necromancer is someone who creates undead by studying death. Yeah, I guess I know what a necromancer is, but when you say necromancer lore in relation to vampires, I guess I was curious, like, I'm not sure about the overlap there. And if you were referencing like is there a certain series or something based around necromancer, like necromancy-based vampires? That's what I was curious about. What is your favorite TV show? Ooh. Just any kind of...
About a party from a few years ago.
Knee-jerk.
Journey asked Abigail to look at.
Because I guess you can like say any serialized program, right? Like anime or whatever. But probably Twin Peaks, maybe Twin Peaks, or Arrested Development, but only the first 3 seasons. How about you? How about everybody? If we're getting into anime, that might change a little bit, but in terms of like, yeah, mainstream stuff that aired on TV, at least in America, those are probably my answers. VTM vampires are all divine curse. God cursed Cain. He spread the curse to more people, spread it further, and so on. Right. Like even necromancers aren't anything specific. Every game, book, show, etc. does it in different ways. That's a good point too. Yeah. Necronomicon is the source you're seeking. Yes. So Plateau Verata. And there we go. I know everything. Yeah. The cough masked my knowledge, my deep knowledge. A new start. First things that come to mind are Mr. Robot and Person of Interest. I don't think I know Person of Interest. Should I check it out? Confidential file. At the request of our prince, Quentin King, the winter solstice will be celebrated at his home on the 21st of December for the entire night. At his behest, this celebration will be inspired by the masquerades in the European pagan calendar. Invitation message approved by our prince. Your estimated Prince of Boston, Quentin King, does you the distinct honor of inviting you to the winter solstice celebration at his home. Inspired by pagan masquerades, please come accompanied, and above all masked. You will be able to pledge your respects and allegiance to your revered prince throughout the longest night of the year. You're expected at 7:30 p.m. on 12/21/1998. Please note, refusal is not an option. The safety of N+1s is not guaranteed.
Here's the connection between Journey's email and the page that was torn out at Abigail's. Journey asked Abigail to meet her in an alcove at the bar. Abigail, we've got to talk.
Oh. Why did I get all the gossipy skills instead of the hacking skills? What was I thinking? Last items borrowed. Princess birthday party. History of the court. The census. All undead are under necromancy in the end. I guess. Right. I guess you would call it all necromancy, wouldn't you? It's the reanimation of the dead. Good point. I didn't think about it like that. There is biomantic necromancy, which uses blood. Bone mancers use bones, and flesh necromancers use zombies. It's really good. It starts episodic, but then develops a really good storyline. Person of interest, that is. Okay, I'll have to take a look. My TV watching game is very bad. It takes me years to get to a series, and then sometimes years to get through it, to be honest. I play too many video games. Whoops. Observe carefully. Let's deduce.
July 9th, 2019. August 31st, 2019. September 14th, 2019. Someone took the file on the reunification party.
Oh, shit.
There's a file missing.
So my deduction skills got me a little better than it's missing. We know the file is missing, but that's all we got. Okay. I'm hoping one of these smells leads me to a scent that I will have some investment in. I have yet to care about anything happening. I'm trying. I really am. So I was in here. We're looking for Abigail. Should I go back to Abigail's office now? But I can't really look at anything else in there, huh? Wild undead can evolve into vampires after becoming whites. It doesn't really have to be under necromancy. Nothing is set in stone. It is fiction, and fiction can do things in whatever way they want. Like, you're talking about it as if there are fixed rules that all undead follows. Yeah. I guess I never thought about, like, necromancy as an umbrella term. I always thought of necromancy as, like, a specific skill for, like, I don't know, like, a specific class. You know, like, I'm raising dead through this ability, through this magical skill. But whether or not, like, yeah, you wouldn't have to apply it to everything, but just the fact that you could consider things under that umbrella. I just never thought about it that way. Office hours has an election special tonight at 8 p.m. Should be a hoot. Oh, yeah. I'm going to work. I actually got to leave in about 10, 15 minutes. See, by the time I'm off work, the polls should be closing, what? It's like 9 now. No, wait. Y'all did your clock changes, right? I wonder if by the time I'm off of work if we'll know.
Battery's dead.
Yeah, are you gonna be listening? I guess I'm gonna be missing that. Is all I'm saying. I'll be working, unfortunately. I haven't listened to Office Hours in a while. I should. I fell off. Where should we go now? I mean, we gotta find.
They can't hurt me.
I don't know. Maybe back this way. Okay, wait, this other one. The other end of this. Where did that go? So, like in VTM, necromancy is something specific. Vampires are not a part of it. Vampires can't even do magic in VTM. Oh, yeah, so all the disciplines and skills related to them wouldn't be considered magic. It would just be part of the curse of the clan, but not...
The trail ends there. Where could she have gone after that?
Yeah. Where, oh where? Can I get anything else in here?
You want to...
I'm not saying that my view is the set rule. I'm enforcing my reasons for viewing vampires as necromantic animations. Yeah, I think that's a interesting take. I like it. I never thought about it that way. Hey.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, Mem.
Oh, you're Abigail.
It's been a while. Can I help you?
Actually, yes. When are you gonna murder? I don't know that I'm gonna. Okay, so the reason I'm playing this is because I wanted to do Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines on Source Not Found. I wanted to cover it on the podcast, and I was trying to convince Bo to play it, but he doesn't have a gaming PC. He doesn't have anything to play games on. He only has consoles. So he couldn't play that. And I thought, well, we could do something else in that universe. Let's try Swansong. Maybe it'll also be good. Does he have a laptop? I told him this. Yeah, VTMB is not a demanding game. I told him, but he said he couldn't run it. But I really wish he would have tried. 'Cause I'm keeping an open mind. But man, it's been like an hour and a half, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm bored by this. I've been inundated with a bunch of characters. I've just wandered around looking for this one character who I don't care about. There seems to be some interesting events transpiring outside of this compound. Maybe it's just got a slow start, but I'm starting to worry, like, is this how it's going to be? Is this how it's going to be? And one of my favorite games of all time is Disco Elysium. I don't mind like a dialogue-based game, but I have to care about things on the screen. If he can play Swansong, he's playing on PlayStation. So that was the thing. Like, we were looking for something that's available on console. So this is the one we chose. Yeah. Talking simulator. It looked like you'd have more fun licking Switch game cartridges. I mean, that'd be a new experience. I don't know. Yeah.
Do you still work for April?
Well, aren't you rude? My loyalty is with the court.
Seems like Bosley's leading you around by the nose, though.
She's got some extra responsibilities, sure, but that's it. I have my own agenda.
What would be the most satisfying cartridge to lick? Actually, I think I know the answer to this. I think it's a PC Engine Who card. Yeah? Like, with a lot of the cartridges, it's a narrow opening. Like a Game Boy cartridge, I don't know you can really get in there easily. Super Nintendo? I think there's enough room to really get in there and get up in on the cartridge itself, like the connector on its business. But the Who cards, it's just open. Real open, easy access. I feel like that would be the one, the most satisfying. So far, Ill Blood is much. I really just want to be playing Ill Bleed, to be honest. I needed to make sure I finished this in time for the podcast, but
I'm looking for Jade. I
want to be playing Ill Bleed. Magic Job, you missed the most ridiculous.
Know where she is?
I don't think you were in here.
What are you talking about? I never.
I did a night stream, and if you thought it was bonkers before,
why are you lying to me?
Just wait till
you went through my stuff.
You meet Papa Worm.
Is that all you're worried about?
And his daughter Rachel.
No, it wasn't personal. Journey was in a panic. She asked me for the pass to get into Jar's apartment.
Did she say why?
Only that she was looking for evidence. I didn't really get it. Let's keep this between us, all right? April's got other fish to fry.
I'll see about that. I'm going to find her. Jara's apartment. That's on the Primogen floor. What was Jade looking for up there?
Yeah, it was like a 5-hour stream, so I can't recommend. I did make a clip of the one moment of their ghosts rising up, or their spirits, their souls, or whatever. But I'm just following this blindly. This isn't leading me to the apartment. Jory's apartment on the first floor. Okay. What floor am I on? Hey, what you doing? Yeah? We can't even talk. You're too busy. Okay. This isn't going to let me out, right? So it's not up here? First floor? Is it a Waffle Door Day? It is Waffle Door Day. It's Waffle Door Wednesday. Yeah. The true hump day. It's the hump that my back makes when I have to bend down to get through like the half-size doors at the school I'm working at this morning, where all the connective hallways have like hobbit doors. Still Tuesday though. I live in Japan actually, so over here it is bright and early, 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I'm in the future. I already know how the election shakes out. Oh, y'all gonna be. I don't know.
Gonna kill us.
Does any result make you feel any particular good way? Y'all are gonna be. I got nothing. You just gonna be? We're just gonna be. I'm just wandering back. I don't need to be here. Do Japanese people have a lot of back issues? The thing I see a lot is like a lot of elderly people that like make like a hard, almost like 90-degree angle in their back, and they're just like walking down, you know, the side of the road, like pushing a cart, like hanging on it to get to the supermarket or something. But then I think like, wow, like I never really would see this in America. But then it's like, yeah, because in America, like people that get that old usually aren't very mobile. Like they don't tend to live that long in America, and then the ones that do are not like walking down the side of the road at like, you know, 95 years old,
Gonna be fine.
pushing their shopping cart all the way to the supermarket and going shopping for themselves and then walking home again. It's just, so I don't know, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of like chiropractors around me and stuff like that. So there's, you know, there's business. How do I get up to the first floor? We need Jared Drury.
Can I help you?
I don't know. Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane? I'm trying to find the apartment. This pace is killing me.
I'm sorry about before. I'm just a little edgy tonight.
Can I get some lotto numbers?
This isn't the
Yeah.
first time you've gotten me nothing.
7?
Your child, Imani.
42.
She was there. Still no news?
13.
No. Radio silence.
Well, you asked for 13, but
Hazel
they drew a
refuses to talk to
31.
me. I spent months kowtowing to those Hartford assholes for this agreement. If she has the info, now's not the time to hold it back.
These Hartford guys. How well do you know them?
Well enough. I won't let things end like that.
I'm looking for Journey. Have you seen her?
No, I'm sorry. I assume you've already tried her office?
You told me you knew the Hartford Warlocks well.
Yeah, some of them. I was in touch with their representative, Deneb. He was supposed to replace me on the council.
You're leaving us?
Not really. It's part of the agreement with the Chantry. Deneb and I
Chantry?
were supposed to switch places.
Why was
Throw me
Hazel
for another
doing
loop.
business with them?
She had plans for the blood market in the region. We were meant to be in charge of supplying high-quality blood. They were supposed to take care of stabilizing it, or try at least.
That's nuts. Has anyone ever tried it before?
Never. That's why I'm worried. I don't give a shit about Hartford, but this project is really important.
I understand. Well, I'll leave you to it. I've got to find Jay.
If I see Journey, I'll tell her you're looking for her.
Do we leave it here? I have to go to work. Wow. How long is this game? I'm going to be not so complaining next time. Look, let's just believe that it's building up. It's putting all the players in place for some really spectacular happenings that are coming our way. I can't wait. I'm going to check. Let's see. How long to beat? $15 to 20 hours. So in Legion Bug Time, 30 hours. It'll take you like 50 hours. At this rate, yes. I can't even complete the first
Why
quest.
won't she answer?
Talk about slow burn, Jesus. Yeah, I like slow burns. I just they have not given me anything to care about thus far. I think we might be playing as a kind of interesting character, but we haven't really seen her do anything, you know? Yeah. All right. Well, I guess more of this. Maybe tomorrow. Schedule's in the Discord server. But potential stream tomorrow at a slightly later time. And then stream on Friday. And I guess playing more of this until I finish, and then we can get back to Illbleed and Soma and some of the other stuff I didn't finish from Spooky Season. But thank you all for coming. It's great having you. No raid. I gotta go. It's time for me to mosey. So, here in a storm, no work for you? Okay. Well, I hope you weathered it all right. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. It was nice meeting you and talking to you. Have a well-textured day. Yeah, you as well. And, yeah. Frederick, thanks for coming in. So, Bodhi, be well. All right. Y'all take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.